Alright, so today we have a review of the CCM Caterpillar 245 standard excavator in 1/48 scale. Um, this is one of CCM's a little bit older of a piece. It's a little harder to find. Some of the prices can vary on them. But overall, um, it's a nice model if you are looking to add it to your Caterpillar collection or you collect CCMs like I'm starting to do. So without further ado, let's get straight into the review. So it's like the other 245s reviews that I've done. Um, the cabs on all of them are about the same, as you can see. Um, everything is modeled very nicely. You have a nice seat, you have nice controls, joysticks, and everything is modeled very nicely. You have a nice handrail that wraps, that comes from here, it goes all the way down to here. Another thing you can see right here, you have a nice etched walkway that goes all the way around the machine. Well, not all the way around, doesn't go on the counterweight, but it's on both sides of the machine, which is nice. You do have a nice 245 logo right here. And then you just have a bunch of nice simulated where all your latches would be to open some compartments up. And then you do have your black line that goes all the way around. Coming to the rear of the model, this might be a little harder to show since this is a fairly large model. There's the rear of the machine. Zoom out a little bit. And as you may know already, these doors do open. I always have a problem opening them when I'm doing a review, but I can always get at least one or two of these doors open. But I can get one open right now. There is a nice detailed engine inside, which is nice. And then they just kind of close back. I always have problems getting these open when I do reviews, but when I'm just putting the model back on the shelf or anything, it does tend to pop open sometimes. But you do have a nice counterweight. I like the Caterpillar logo a lot on the counterweight. And then you just have some simulated, these are bolts that would hold the counterweight to the machine. Then you do have some nice latches here for opening your doors. And you do have some nice handrails that wrap around the machine. And then come over to this side, fairly basic, 245 decal, and then you do have your nice black line. Then you have some more latches here. If you saw my review on the 245 ME, you saw that the top was different on the ME, but here's what the top used to look like before they changed that out. You still have your air cleaner and your exhaust, which are metal, which is nice. But you can't really see as much through here. If you get it in the right light, as you can see, you can kind of see through, but it's still nice that they included that on the model. Coming to the front of the machine, as you can see, I know some people are trying to say that on the ME and the front shovel that the mount is different. Personally, when I look at both of the ME and this version, the mount looks exactly the same. It's just for the front shovel there would be a cylinder here, but that's just me. I personally think they look the same. They could be different, but I'm not 100% sure. But you do have some nice hydraulic detailing right here, so it runs to your cylinders and everything, which is nice. And then as you can see, the model spins fairly nicely. It's fairly smooth. It does have a little bit of a grinding point right here where you can tell it's kind of rubbing against something, but it doesn't really bother me because I don't play with my models, I display them. But coming to the back of the boom, as you may know that these hydraulic lines are cast onto the boom, and they have a nice rubber. They transition fairly nicely, as you can see. It's transition, and then you do have worker lights on both sides of the boom, which is nice. And then you have a nice Caterpillar decal on the boom as well. The stick is fairly nice. You do have nice rubber hydraulic hoses. And this is the one part I like a lot more on this model than the ME. I like this part right here. It's like a cylinder guard. I feel like the one on the ME, just they kind of stuck on there. And I feel like this one they actually put more effort in to making it look like it belongs. But just moving on past that, here's the bucket. As you can see, got a very stiff stick cylinder, but there's some nice detail on the bucket, nice wear plating. You have some short nub teeth. Personally, the teeth on the bucket look like they might need replacing, like on the real machine. Obviously, I'm not going to replace them on the model, but in real life, it looks like the teeth are coming down to a point where they would need to be replaced. Anyways, let's get some of the functionality of this model. So let me zoom out here. So the stick goes out that far, and then it will come in this far, which is amazing how far it will come in. And it fold down that far. The bucket goes out that far, and then, like I said, my cylinders are a little stiff. It will come in that far. My boom cylinders are a little loose though, which is kind of sad, but can't really do much about it. Well, you mean you can fix them, but I mean I don't want to destroy the model, but that's just me. But it does dig down a nice depth, dig down to about there, or if you really wanted to look at it, about that far it would dig down. My door's popping open on the back, and then it raises up a nice height. As you can see, it raises out of the frame. But overall, it's a nice model to add to the collection. I've personally, ever since I got the 245 Emmy, have been addicted to these things now. I actually just recently bought the front shovel of this model. So I'm kind of got bit by the CCM bug and am starting to buy some of their older models. Well, not older models, I'm not going for their brass models, I'm more interested in the older cap equipment that they make. Because they are nice models to have. Nice to have in your collection, and they all look good together. But overall, this is a nice model. I believe you can still find them. There's a few floating around with a few dealers that have them, and there's obviously the ones on eBay. But you're going to have to pay a hefty price for them, because obviously they're not going to be $200 from when they were, unless you're picking up the front shovel like I did. I picked mine up for $199 shipped, which is basically the price that it was when these models came out. But the excavators are a little harder to find, so you're gonna have to end up paying about $50 to $100 more than what the model originally cost. But I think it's well worth it. It's a nice model, nice to add to your cat collection, or nice to add to any collection if you like the old historic equipment or what. It looks good with all different machines. But that's just kind of about it for this review. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Instagram. I would highly recommend following me on Instagram. I update that a hell of a lot more than I update Facebook, because it's easy. But I'd still try to keep Facebook updated as much as possible. But that's just about it for this review. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next review. If there's something you want to see a review of, feel free to ask. And also, I'm going to try to get up some more unboxing videos, so look forward to that. But that's about it for this video, so thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next video to be uploaded.